Moon Mystery. If you thought the conspiracy that we never made it to the moon was strange, just wait till you hear this one. Before we get into that though, we gotta finish the tutorial, where things are immediately dire.
The black hole is getting closer.
The what? Talk about starting off in the thick of it. This cosmic terror is on R6. Our protagonist's name is Sam, and Sam is either very cool or very dumb. We'll have to figure that out later. I spent about a minute staring into the maws of this galactic monstrosity. Then I'm introduced to the antagonists of this game, robot aliens. I'm pretty accustomed to shooting stuff, so this wasn't a problem. At the end of the path, right before getting sucked into oblivion, I find a portal, and jumping through it, Sam wakes up. Phew, that was just a dream sequence. It seems Sam is an astronaut stationed on the moon, alone except for his robot buddy who I hate.
Toby, mark the route to that old base. We're going for a ride.
It's too risky, Sam. I can't do that.
Shut up, Toby. You see, there's a slight problem. For some reason, Sam can't contact the HQ back on Earth. Probably nothing to worry about, the planet looks fine to me. But as you just heard, Sam wants to go check out an old base, see what's up. Maybe the radio over there works. Dear God, it's the dream robots. Ah! Turns out Toby's been hiding some secrets about the moon landing. We found aliens up there, I guess. But not only that, he says he received a message about the aliens attacking Earth and killing everybody. For Sam, he lost a kid and a wife. This is the most devastating moment in his life. What's he gonna do?
Mark the route to that alien base now.
That's 1 point in the cool column. He thinks only briefly about his dead family, then goes on a war path. 12 miles later, we find a massive alien base that nobody noticed before, apparently. Inside, I scrapped a few bots and met a slight impasse. Either Sam's terribly dyslexic or there's a language barrier. Robot doors are different. They don't have knobs. Handily, there's an instruction manual lying around. I play guess the alien word and totally nail it. So Toby uses his big robot brain to tell me how to open the door. Sam is very excited about the progress.
Looking forward to ripping their guts out.
Putting a point into the stupid category because robots don't have guts, we come across a weapon dispenser.
They must have stolen our technology and started copying it.
That'd explain the invasion on our former base.
That doesn't make any sense. Putting aside why a spacefaring civilization needed to steal the design for a double-barrel shotgun, I am now moderately more armed with this SMG. The enemies in this room were not a problem. What was is I was pretty sure the game broke and I couldn't progress. That wasn't the case at all, and this won't be the last time this happens. It could have been a skill issue that I struggled to find this vent though. Up next is a puzzle that is cool, but for the life of me I can't think of a reason why it would be here. Reaching these monitors allows you to move some tiles which you play hopscotch with to get to the other side. What sort of brain-dead robot made this the requirement to get to the lounge area? I'm gonna have to speak to HR about this one. Continuing our rampage, we come across a lift without any power, and we have to use this RC car to collect blue rocks to juice it up. Why do the robot aliens need a remotely controlled toy car? Whatever, that's not the greatest departure from logic we'll find in this experience. Pretty much immediately after that, something completely baffling happens. After killing his former friends, a damaged robot wants to defect to Team Sam. That's not even the third strangest thing that happens here. Sam is immediately okay with it and agrees to help him escape. This is the second time I was stuck for a little while because I didn't know what the game wanted me to do. Turns out you have to stick your arm into this machine for a reason, which tears the robot's soul right out of him and into my suit. I now have two robots stuck in my head, and one of them doesn't even speak English.
He's not much of a chatterbox, is he?
That's definitely not gonna get annoying. I stared at the corpses for a little while, contemplating the logistics of robot souls. Then crawled through a vent with my companions and found another weapon dispenser. I bought me a big boy gun and this thing sprays bullets all over the place. It also makes me move a bit slower, so that sucks. Waddling around, Sam and I continued the killing spree. For some reason, Toby felt the need to start narrating my battles.
Solid shot.
Jeez.
Keep dropping him, Sam.
Why are you giving me emotional support? The other voice inside my head tells me I need to complete a puzzle to open a wormhole. It involves guiding lasers with mirror cubes. Why are these the steps to get it running? I don't know. What I do know is it's highly annoying to get done in practice. Not because it's some sort of high IQ conundrum, but it is a little jank. Toby tells us to jump in and Sam doesn't think twice about it. I don't believe there's any reason to think he cares about his own well-being. The wormhole placed us in a different galaxy, but Sam is only mildly concerned. This section turned out to be the most challenging yet. Good thing I acquired a boomstick to get ripping and roaring with. I was just warming up. Oh dear, I failed this jump an embarrassing 3 times. The structure of this alien ship is an enigma. These floating platforms are the only way to traverse. You can easily miss getting onto them because they move automatically, leaving me idle, twiddling my thumbs for a little while. Some robots were lying in wait to give me a surprise birthday party. It didn't end the way I wanted. Some Call of Duty trick shots made them pay for that. Eventually I did make it to the top of the space station. After climbing inside, I'm met once again with a puzzle that boggles the mind with its reasoning. The name of the game is piloting yourself around in zero gravity by shooting your gun to switch your direction. Hitting these laser-emitting orbs turns the gravity off and on, and the goal is to reach these terminals that disable the security barriers. What's so important that it has to be protected by such an elaborate security measure? Literally nothing, I just go back outside. This oblong thingamabob is our next destination. Whichever alien was contracted to make this walkway needs to be fired and executed. Once I made my way through this unsafe working environment. Turns out this is some sort of runway. Sam comments that the ship at the end of it is the exact same one he was trained with.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yo! Do not be quoting scripture on me like that. Why in the world is this here, and why is it in prime place to take out the aliens' critical infrastructure? Who knows? Anyway, I blow stuff up for a little bit before landing and finding another wormhole Sam can shove his body into, bringing the Harbinger of Death to one of the alien homeworlds. The game gives you a scanner here that highlights important objects or interactables. I'm never going to use it. Our objective is the same as ever here: kill and break stuff. Something of note is this goofy little automobile. I feel directly insulted by its silliness. Before heading out to exploring that, I purchased a sniper rifle I'm gonna use to remove heads from bodies later. I investigated the entire area in about 5 minutes, and since I didn't find anything going on, I figured it was a waste of time. It was, but only because you have to go to the farthest structure first to activate the objectives in the other two, cause that makes sense. The robots were chill with me trespassing earlier, but now since I have something to do, they have an issue with me. I have to stand near this monitor and defend myself while Toby does some magical hacking. I hit epic headshots at both locations, but otherwise this was unremarkable. On the other hand is this next bit. After purchasing a sweet assault rifle, I enter a boss fight that is a total mess. Are you stuck? I don't know why, but the game just breaks here. At one point it was stuttering so badly I couldn't walk in a straight line. Other than it being painful, it is quite easy. The alien that made this place installed these blue things. If he's close enough and you shoot it, it'll disable him and give you a window to shoot his weak spot. After he was turned into a pile of trash, it's time to leap into yet another wormhole. It looked as fun as it ever did, then placed us somewhere cold. So cold in fact that during this platforming section, if Sam so much as dips his toe in the water, he flatlines. I purchased an aesthetically pleasing sight for my gun, then continued my cleansing of this alien scum from the universe. There's a considerable amount of snow melting puzzles in this area. It's odd the snow only piles up inside the buildings. After making myself 10% cooler with a laser on my rifle, I nearly die while sliding on ice past a couple turrets. I had to perform an elite gamer move to avoid falling into the water. At the end of the path, there's a submarine submarine, and just like the other vehicle, it's totally pilotable by Sam. The segment underwater can be summed up as occasionally shooting turrets and Sam having a mental breakdown after Toby's been disconnected for 30 seconds. I thought he was uploaded into my suit. Nope, he's still on the damn moon. We're not even in the same galaxy, but we've been communicating by radio this whole time. After surfacing, we're still not in contact with Toby, which is totally fine with me, but we're trapped in here due to 3 security walls. If you think the solution makes the least bit of sense, you haven't been watching. I have to pilot 3 unbelievably slow torpedoes into the wall's power sources. On the upside, whoever designed these tunnels did a great job. It's pretty in here. Anywho, it's time to jump through another wormhole and get transported somewhere else. It was here that things quickly started to go downhill. I could have been imagining it, but my sensitivity felt like it doubled itself, and stuttering became very frequent. I also put a laser on my sniper rifle, which was completely useless. Around the time I entered another shipmobile, I decided that come hell or high water, I'm finishing this game in this sitting. Sam said something cringe and I regretted it.
I read the mission documentation and connected the dots.
Smarty pants.
Shut the fuck up.
Compass
Do
detects
not
3
say
pillars
such
in the
things.
area. I'm marking them out for you.
Oh yeah, Toby's back and I'm not happy about it. The difficulty from here on out is ramped up a few notches. It's just enough to make this run to the finish substantially more annoying. If you remember the first time I had to do a laser puzzle, this will be as strange to you as it was to me. For some reason, the explanatory dialogue about how to manipulate the lasers is placed here. It was never needed, but it's utterly bizarre how the developers made this mistake. I understand it's an indie game, wires can get crossed, but there is a lot of damn wires crossed in this one. To make it through this part of the game, you have to use these phallic objects to destroy some drones. Not complicated, but I don't know why I couldn't have just shot them. It's wormhole in time again. The planets are getting progressively darker, which strangely makes it harder to see through my sight. That's one of many things that are going to bother me. I did laugh when this happened, though. Roadkill. Oh my god! Nailed it. We need to commandeer a train for transport. Everybody knows sitting inside is for losers. After we went choo-choo for a minute or two, I jumped on the wrong side and had to figure out how to get to the other one. I don't think there's been a single non-broken bridge in the game. I'm not kidding when I say this industrial area would be really good in a horror setting. The layout you progress through is totally confusing. It's claustrophobic too. Everywhere you look, there's machinery. Imagine there's no sky here, just tubes locking you in. That'd be freaky. Anyway, time to enter the last wormhole in the game, which takes us to Halo, I suppose. There are 2 notable things about this area. They left some text in English, and you have to drive this RC car in a loop to open up the main area. What happens at the end of this is completely wild, though. Toby says the aliens are closing in on him back on the moon. Plus, he learned that they're trying to develop time travel. Right before he gets cut off, he tells Sam he has to fly into the black hole that's nearby. Spoilers for Interstellar, because if you haven't seen that movie, this is almost a 1-to-1 ripoff. Okay. Well, this is perhaps the most awesome way to go out. Torn apart atom by atom, eventually coming to rest in the singularity of this beast. Just kidding, they're actually ripping off Interstellar in every single way. It's time to do some time traveling, boys. How, you might be asking? Shut up is the response. Sorry, but we both should have been aware by now that logic is nowhere to be found here. After performing some movie magic, I wake up on Earth. We grab the keys to our Aston Martin and proceed down the road. Sam is met with heavenly visions that display his heroic deeds. Someone misspelled unknown, by the way. It pissed me off that the car basically stops every time they appear. I desperately wanted this to be over 30 minutes ago. Long story short, I excellently park at Sam's bunker office, and inside is where the big twist of the game is revealed. We sent ourselves on this genocide mission. The aliens couldn't attack because Sam prevented it. Thankfully, the black hole that we're still in gives us enough time to send the message. And for placing us back on the moon when we were done. Sam almost cries when he sees Toby's mangled body. He's fine, just in the computer. There's a ship on the way, so everything's gonna be A-okay. Sam gets a call from his wife, and then it's fade to black. Finally! I'm so done. If you enjoyed, please like the video, comment if you want to see me play another game, and have a good rest of your day.